Peter, I know that we're going to pull you out of this mess of 200 participants and see if you can talk a little bit about some of the work that we do together with Ghost Bikes. Let's see, Peter Chung, are you on the...
Hello. How's it going, Galen?
Good to see you, man. How are you?
All right.
Cool.
Thank you for having this wonderful event.
Yeah, and my apologies for everybody if this is all bouncing around, but we have a lot of ground to cover. So Peter, can you dive in real brief about the work that we do together?
Yes, back in 2015, I started Ghost Bikes Boston with the fatality in Cambridge for Marsha Deal, and got a whole bunch of advocates together. And actually, that was our first Ghost Bike ceremony. And since then, I've been creating these memorials for fallen cyclists since then. It's been a lot of work, but rewarding work.
Yeah, so for those of you who might not be familiar with Ghost Bikes, there at the site of a crash where somebody has been killed out there, we put this out there as sometimes a marker of the dangers on the roads or a reminder of the humanity. But Peter, why do you put yourself out there? I'm curious as to what drives you as an individual to jump into this work.
Well, basically, it's also to show everyone that we're not alone out there. It's important to, when the person has a tragic event at a tragic location, is to convert that place from a tragic location to a happy and peaceful location. And by putting a ghost bike there, also make awareness to the infrastructure that's inadequate, and to make changes so it's safer for cyclists, and to memorialize the cyclist that's been deceased.
Yeah, and you and I were talking about what we're going to say today, and you mentioned a lot about art and the public art nature. I wonder if you could speak a little bit on the statement behind the work that we do.
Yeah, I think it's a Blows Bike is kind of like a public art to me. I love public art, and it's actually my only contribution that I can do in the city of Ghost Bikes around. It's important work, and it's important to be out there.
Yeah. What is it that you hope comes from this? What do we want to have accomplished?
To improve the cycling infrastructure so that it's safer for people to bike around town, and also to have a connected network of protected bike lanes. It's important to have that.
Awesome. And then I just wanted to say, Peter, that I personally am grateful to have you as an ally in this. I made my first Ghost Bike for a rider who was killed in my neighborhood back in 2012. And there was no roadmap. There was no strategy behind how we dedicate and memorialize, not just for the cycling community, but for the family too. And it seems like, unfortunately, we've needed to do this frequently. We've had 9 fatal crashes this year in Massachusetts, which is up from 6 from the year before. And we offer our services to do this at no cost to the families or the friends, to do it around the state. And I'm curious, Peter, is where do we go from here? What do we do to grow this or to set this in? I wonder if you could talk just 30 seconds about some of the other partners that we bring into this.
Well, first of all, I want to thank MassBike to also partner with Ghost Bikes Boston to help with just like when a tragic accident happened, we need that infrastructure to reach out to the law enforcement, to reach out to the family, to reach out, and I'm looking to improve the awareness of cyclists around, and for drivers to slow down and give us space.
Yeah, Peter, I'm grateful, and we have a slide that we'll show after this next break of some of the memorial funds that we have going in honor of fallen cyclists, and to know that the work that Peter does and the work that Reverend Laura Everett does and the rest of the community around Ghost Bikes, it is real. And we're actually to create not just bikes, but real monuments and memorials to folks. So this is one of the most heartfelt things that we do at MassBike, and hopefully we'll get to the point where we put ourselves out of a job and never have to do this again.
Yes. Hashtag no more ghost bikes.
Yeah. So Peter, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for all the work that you put in. And I know it's tough.
Thank you.